Didn't see you there. In today's video, we're going to take a look at removing the rear bumper of the CRZ. Fairly straightforward process. It shouldn't take too long, but let's dive into it. Tools you're going to need for this job are a 5mm Allen key, a Phillips head screwdriver, and some type of tool to remove the plastic push pins underneath the bumper. A flathead screwdriver or dedicated trim removal tool will work. I also have the taillight removed. This isn't strictly necessary, but I thought it'd be nice to show you where some of the clips holding in the top of the bumper are, just so you can tell where they're at and have an easier time if you do decide to leave the taillight on. First thing we're going to do is open our trunk and remove the Allen key bolts located here and here. Next up, inside the wheel well for the rear tire, we have a Phillips head screw here and one right up here in the corner. Once these screws are removed on each side, you can pull the bumper outward to pop it out from the plastic retaining clips. As I said before, removing the taillight isn't completely necessary. We've got some pressure clips here and right here along the back corner that will just pull out by force. So there's no fasteners back here that the taillight hides. But if you are having trouble popping this corner out, you might find it easier to get the taillight off so that you can put some pressure from the back of the bumper. Otherwise, all this just pulls straight off the car. Popping this out takes a good deal of force. It might feel like you're going to break it, but just keep pulling. At the bottom of each fender, there's also a Phillips head screw holding in the rear fender liner, so we'll have to remove that also. Last step is to get under the car and remove the plastic push pins holding the bottom of the bumper in place. Now, you can jack up the rear of the car to give yourself some more room to work with, or you can do what I do and just slide in on your back on the ground. This has a number of benefits, including limited space to work in, and having your wife yell at you for getting a nice shirt dirty that you didn't have to. Here's what the plastic clips look like that you'll be removing. A few of mine are broken or not in the right spot, so you'll want to double check as you go along, make sure there's nothing else holding it in place. But once all of those are removed, your bumper will be clear of the frame and you can pull it off. With all the fasteners removed and all the plastic bumper clips loosened, we can take our entire bumper assembly away from the vehicle. Don't forget to unplug your license plate light harness here if you're going to be pulling it far away. There's a interim connector here. Depress the tab and pull the connector out to remove the sub-harness. And now we're all clear from the body. Now that we've got the rear bumper pulled off, if you're looking to remove the OEM diffuser, there's a bunch of plastic push tabs all along the top of the diffuser, as well as two more of those push pin attachment clips on the corners that need to be popped out before the diffuser can be removed from the bumper. Now, at least on the 11 to 12, like I have, there's a small cutout on each side of the diffuser for a factory reflector. On the US models, it's just filled in with a black plastic honeycomb piece, but this can actually be popped out by pushing this tab in. With that tab detached, this cover can be removed and a reflector replacement can be put in there. There's also aftermarket replacements that have LEDs built in. If you'd like me to do a separate video covering how to install and wire those up, let me know. As I mentioned briefly, this is also where the license plate light housings are mounted. Mine, the bulbs are gone, the lenses are missing, they're completely crusted over and shot, so they need to be replaced on mine. But this is your bulb socket here, if it's clean enough to twist out, and the whole housing can be removed by pulling it backward or toward the center of the car from the bumper. It's just fitted with some pressure clips. Well, that's really all about you need to remove the bumper and rear diffuser from the CRZ. To install, of course, you'll just perform the same steps in reverse. Don't forget when you're reinstalling to connect the harness for the rear license plate lights. These locations where the screws go through the fender and the fender liner into the bumper have these small metal J-nuts. Make sure you don't lose those. And when you go to reinstall the plastic clips, make sure they're lined up correctly. And then just give it some hits, lock it in place. that's about all there is to it for removing and reinstalling the rear bumper on the Honda CR-Z. If you're interested in seeing more progress as we continue to work on this build and get the car fleshed out, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any update videos. But other than that, I hope this information was helpful, and thank you for watching.